Tonight, you are auditioning to be a lounge singer.
El Jefe.
El Jefe.
Let's do it. Boom. Hey, welcome back to the Desert Brew. I'm Gene.
I'm Rashid.
And this is season 2, episode 2. We got a
Dose.
We got an amazing show today. We are doing the Human Rights Campaign, which is actually, it's an annual event. It's 22nd garden party held at the
Mary Pickford Estate.
An amazing estate in Palm Springs. It's probably, if we have our way, one of those homes we're going to be showing when we start doing the like amazing homes of Coachella Valley that I got planned.
And it's one of those homes that you put on your vision board.
Other things on my vision board, though, is a good band. And we saw, I mean...
The Gand Band?
The Gand Band.
A local band fixture over 20 years in the desert, right?
Over 20 years in the desert. These people play everywhere. It's sort of a 60s jazz throwback.
Good feel.
Yeah, they're at the casinos. We caught up with them during a recording at this secret recording studio where all the stars go. Can't tell you where that's at.
Oh, but that's just on the bottom.
We actually asked if we could sing backup.
What do they say?
I got straight up no.
We have a great show for you guys. Stick around, let us know your thoughts, and we'll be back at the end of the show.
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Season 2. We are ready to get back to work.
Welcome back to the Desert Brew. I'm Rashid.
And I'm Gene.
And we're here at the HRC Garden Party, 22nd annual. It's major. And we're here with Brian and Andy.
Hey guys, welcome to the Desert Brew. You are here with us at the HRC Garden Party Human Rights Campaign. Andy, let's tell the audience a little bit about the Human Rights Campaign.
Absolutely. The Human Rights Campaign is America's largest civil rights organization working for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer Americans in the country, the largest by far.
And today's event is our biggest fundraiser of the region. We serve and operate a steering committee that within the larger National Human Rights Campaign organization. We're one of 32 steering committees in the country. And today's garden party will host over 400 guests who are all committed to equality without exception.
And you are the hosts.
Well, I'm the co-chair of today's event.
Okay.
I also work very closely with Andy, who is one of our emeritus board of directors.
Okay.
And we have a steering committee here in Greater Palm Springs that drives all of the initiatives, efforts, and donor engagement.
Tell them a little bit about where we're at, the estate.
Well, this is the former Mary Pickford Estate, known as El Dorado.
Nice.
And owned by dear friends and supporters of the Human Rights Campaign, HRC. They were very kind to allow us to use the property today. We've been doing this for 22 years. It would be 24 if not for COVID. And I'm proud to say that every place that we've been in the past almost quarter century has been, each one has topped the one before. And they've just so beautiful and generous of the owners to allow us to come in with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Of course, we had to interview the homeowners themselves, Kevin and Tom, and I love this house. I may not leave. No, I'm pretty sure with as many different places and beautiful garden, by the way.
Yes.
I don't think you would find me. I'm just honest.
Don't worry, we'll send security to look for you.
I'm sure it's a run. Well, first of all, I'll say thank you for hosting this HRC event. I mean, 22nd annual. How long have you been involved? And I'd love to know what it means. Obviously, this organization means a lot to you. You're hosting, you're opening your home. Tell me more.
Okay. Well, I mean, we were very involved in HRC in Atlanta before we moved to Palm Springs.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, between business and life, we fell away from it a little bit. We were always still supporting it at some level.
Okay.
But then, obviously, with what's going on politically, we just felt like it was time that we really needed to step up to the plate. Re-engage.
Well, you definitely stepped up. This is a great event.
Well, they say they're going to be 250 people.
I think they weren't honest. I heard at 600. I'm just saying.
That's what they do to the host.
So we just
That's what they do.
gotta leave before it's time to clean up.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for donating your home to HRC today. I can see that everybody's enjoying your home, and not only that, but you're donating to an impactful organization as well.
Thank you.
So we thank you, and I'm sure they thank you as well too.
Thank
and
you.
So thank
You guys are a natural, by the way. I can't wait to see this episode and many more.
Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
This is Lucy Arnaz and Larry Luckenbill.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your involvement with the organization.
Our
You wanna
neighbor.
go first?
Our neighbor.
Well, that was like recently, most recently. Our neighbor is
We've
on
been
board.
involved in human rights for a long time.
For a long time.
Yes.
Nice.
And there are 50 wars going on all the way around the world, and human rights are in jeopardy absolutely everywhere on this earth. And we can't forget that, and we can't let it go. And we have to give whatever little drop that we can give. Sometimes you go, I can't do much. I feel that way. I'm
Right.
sure my wife feels that way. But a little bit, and a drop in a bucket fills the bucket.
And even starting out, just educating yourself on the organization, for those of you that are out there, educate yourself. Then start to give.
Yes.
Give more.
And then give more.
Give more.
Give more till it
Give
hurts
more.
just a tiny bit. Then you know you're really giving.
Exactly.
Palm Springs is amazing for raising awareness, raising money for causes that really, really matter and don't get enough attention. And we're very bold and audacious down here, and we're all about rights, and we're all about being colorful and being inclusive.
Inclusive.
And so we like to host things in Palm Springs that show the rest of the world what we're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
We like to do benefits. I do for nothing.
Because he doesn't have much else to do during the
I
day.
don't.
When they come
I
up, we
finished
get
writing my
excited.
book, so now I have to do
Oh,
benefits.
nice. I love that.
Well, I'll say thank you for your support, and it's thrilling
You're
meeting you
welcome.
and having you here, and
Thank you.
and thanks for the donation, even though she talked you into it.
He didn't even know.
He didn't even know.
I
He was
just
like-
went and got stuff and
He's
said,
like,
shh, don't
honey,
say
stuff is
anything.
missing.
Don't look
What's
over
missing,
there.
baby?
And of course, we're still at the garden party. They haven't kicked us out yet. Gene, he was on the edge.
I was on the edge, but I was also hunting to meet a certain person today at this party.
And of course,
Mr. Bob Mackey.
Hello.
I heard that you actually donated 2 of your pieces today.
A couple of costume sketches that I did. Actually, they both were done for Cher, but one of them, Pink, also wore. She borrowed it from Cher. She went. They live close to each other, and she was. I'm going on some award show, and she says, "Have you got anything I could borrow?"
I want to know a little bit more about your involvement with HRC in general. So
Well, it's a new thing for me.
it is okay.
Completely new.
It's a good thing to be new.
It's great. It's great. And we have to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
We really
and each
do.
other.
And each other, absolutely.
And each other.
We thank you for your continued support of HRC, and we thank you for interviewing with us today, too.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for asking
so
me.
much. I'm a little
Thank you.
starstruck. I love Bob Mackey.
Don't get thrown out, Gene. Thank you, Bob, for your time. Thank you. We'll see you guys.
Can you believe it? Season 2. We are ready to get back to work.
As all of you know, the past few years have been very hard on young trans folk. Folks who don't know anything about us are taking our rights away at our schools, at our doctors, and on our sports teams. The hate and lies that we see on social media about our lives seem relentless.
We're continuing at our garden party here with, of course, Gene still here.
Hey, hey.
And now is joining us Stephen Chukumba. And Stephen, great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having
So
me.
we hear that you're not only here because not only does this organization touch you closely, but you have a story yourself.
Absolutely.
Love it.
We'd love to hear it.
So, I am a member of the Human Rights Campaign Foundation's Parents for Transgender Equality Council. It's an organization of parents who have children that are gender diverse, non-binary, and in my case, transgender. 4 years ago, when my son told me that well, not even 4 years ago, 6 years ago,
Wow.
when my son told me that he was transgender, I was completely lost. The year prior, I'd lost my wife to breast cancer.
Wow.
And so now I'm raising 4 kids and one who now comes out as transgender, and I was in a tailspin. I literally didn't know anything about what it was to be the parent of a transgender kid. I didn't even know what transgender was. And finding HRC literally changed my life because they had the resources, the information, they had the tools to bring me up to speed and to really help me and my family like grapple with what is, for most families, a very difficult thing. In this country, it's not really cool.
Yeah.
It's not really gauche to be a transgender person. And so having transgender children and having HRC help me to raise my children was really one of the most impactful things that has happened in my life.
How did you know, or who led you to HRC as a resource when this came about?
Yeah.
Google.
Google.
So what's so crazy is that.
So what exactly did you search for?
Okay, I mean, how much time do we have? Because it wasn't like I put in, my son told me, I don't feel like a girl. So I typed in, what do you do when your child tells you they don't feel like a girl? And that query was just trash. And then I was just like, what do you do when your son or your child, when your boy is a girl, your girl is a boy? And that didn't really, and it just took me query after query after query after query, and eventually I found a PDF that HRC published about supporting your transgender child. It was put out by HRC and the American Association of Pediatrics and the Endocrine Society, and it had everything that I was looking for. It put a name to what my child had told me, and it gave me tips on how to support your child. And that's literally the starting point. I filled a form, like one of those email forms on the website, and a couple months later, somebody reached back out to me, and literally, as I say, the rest is history.
And what was that process like in terms of
the understanding process?
The understanding, like I'm just curious, how long until you feel like you've got a full understanding and you're able to talk about it now, which is great.
So I don't think I'll ever have a full understanding because I'm a cisgender person, I'm a hetero man myself, and so I think my desire is to learn as much as possible. So it's been a continual process of learning, and I'm reading the histories of the transgender child right now. I brought the book with me because I think it's the kind of thing where you're never going to know enough, and so I constantly immerse myself in learning. But when I first found that document, literally it was like the Bible. It was like a 7-page PDF that became the foundation for my knowledge because it had the resource, it had footnotes that I could look to see what these studies were and where these doctors were and where these hospitals were and where the information was. And so that became the process that I continue to follow, literally even to this day, meeting transgender people. That has probably been the most valuable part of it because my son and I, we were an island. And so when I came to the first Time to Thrive and the first HRC convening, I met so many other families, so many other transgender people who could talk to me like, I have a trans son. I don't know anything about what it is to be a trans man. So I can't give my son the guidance that he needs from an experiential perspective. I can talk to him about dating, I can talk to him about I can talk to him all from a very cishet perspective. And so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't depriving him by just thinking, oh, he's a boy and everything's the same, because it's not. And I would be remiss if I did not accept that there were differences in how he was gonna have to be raised and how he's gonna have to learn to navigate life that I couldn't necessarily teach him.
I'm also curious, your other children.
It's interesting, children are far more accepting, far more open and aware of fluidity, of gender fluidity than adults. We become very stuck in our ways. We're very set in our ways. We don't have that kind of expansive thinking that allows them to accept other people as they are without judgment, without putting them off, without having to question the veracity of what they're telling you. They didn't have to be taught anything because as children, they just know that life isn't necessarily what you see, it's how you feel and what you get from other people in your interactions. And so they just embrace them from the door.
So they are the generation of HRC.
They are the generation of HRC. Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Amazing story.
And I think it's beautiful as a father of what you continue
Look
to
at
do.
you stealing handshakes.
I'm just saying, I saw a hand. And so I saw a hand. I was like, oh, let me make sure that I get my dad. Okay, go ahead.
I got a hug. There you go. There you go.
Stephen, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the Desert Brew, and we are sitting here with the Gand Band. And so they are a local fixture here out in the Coachella Valley. You guys have been around for such a long time. I mean, can you just introduce yourselves?
Yeah. We're from Chicago. I'm Gary Gand. This is Joan Gand.
Hi.
I'm Will Wiegler.
Also from Chicago, and we play together in Chicago.
You guys are bringing something different to the desert, something that, you know, somebody visiting can relate. And I mean, the music's, I mean, who doesn't love the period, right? It's mainly 60s, rock and roll. Like, tell us a little bit about the music and
The music, we like to call ourselves the intersection of where soul meets rock.
Love that.
And because we grew up with soul music, we grew up, you know, in the Midwest, and there was a lot of Motown going on, plus a lot of 60s rock, and we just sort of melded that together in our approach to music, and we love doing that.
With all the different things throughout the years, how are you guys staying relevant? Are you mixing in new songs, covering?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we got back into town from the summer. We came back the middle of October, and between then and now, we played 20 shows, and we've learned 45 new songs. So, for example, we just did a Blues Brothers holiday spectacular at the casino last week, which is the song we're recording today. We're calling it Red and Green Onions, and it's all Christmas carols but done in our style. And we have a show coming up in February at PS Underground, which is called 1963. All the songs are from 1963, and 1963 is the year that pop music went from folk music to rock and roll. So you'd be hearing the Beverly Hillbillies theme, and then you'd hear I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. You'd be hearing Wives and Lovers by Jack Jones, and then you'd be hearing Surfin' USA by the Beach Boys. So all of that stuff happened in the year 1963. So that's coming up in February. We're also doing a Beatles and Beyond show for Modernism Week at the Cultural Center in Palm Springs. So it's not going to be your usual Beatles stuff. It's going to be beyond. It's going to be the stuff that you don't normally hear. And
It's going to have more soul, like we talked about.
Yes.
well, I mean, I saw what you did with the Christmas songs. I mean, that's soul. You know, not the Christmas songs I would listen to as a kid. That's for sure. So February, PS Underground. You know what? I think that we will commit right now to being there with you guys, and we're gonna film, and everybody can come in. Do we know what date yet?
Yeah, we have dates, but can we remember them?
Tell you what, we're gonna put them on the website. Yes. It's President's Day.
President's Day.
1963 is the show. That's the name of it.
Right.
And it's on President's Day and the Tuesday after that.
Okay.
So on President's Day, come join the Desert Brew. We're gonna be there. We're gonna film.
The Gand Band.
He will buy everybody a free drink.
Yeah, the first
Two
people within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Get there quickly.
Just put it on his tab.
Yeah. If the doors are locked, the time still goes.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Gand Band, and they can check out your music on Apple Music, I believe, right?
Yeah, and Spotify. I think Spotify seems to find us better, so let's go with that. The Gand Band, it's www.thegandband.com.
You guys have got to check it out, and the greatest thing is that you can check it out on Spotify or Apple, then you can see them live, and that's a whole nother experience. You guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Feel honored to have interviewed you guys.
And we'll let you guys get back to work now.
Okay.
Amazing show. The Human Rights Garden Party. I mean, to meet Lucy Arnaz.
Yep.
First of all, I love Lucy, and I loved her in the Lucy show. Her husband, Larry, from The Boys and the Band.
Great guy.
I mean, he did a lot of other amazing films, and that's just one that comes to mind. He's actually writing a book, and we're going to catch up with him when his book is finished.
Yep.
And the recording session, I mean, it speaks for itself. This is a very talented group.
Yes.
I mean, they are a fixture within this community. And like we said, we are going to be at PS Underground.
Yep.
On President's Day. Come down, hang out with us, check it out, because we want to support this group. I love this group.
Exactly.
I love this group.
Great energy, great skill set, and we got to even talk to them a little bit about their history of coming together. So, and plus, look, they're a band and a talent that we highlighted here that you can actually go out and touch.
Exactly.
Don't touch them, but I mean go and enjoy the music.
Are you on restriction? Can't touch people?
No way.
Anyway, we'll see you next week.
See you guys next week.
We got an exciting show today. You know what we're going to do? Do you know what we're going to show? Why did my voice go so high? Okay. We're back. One of us was supposed to say something. So you were supposed to say it.
I was going to say, hi, G.
Hi, G.
Hi, G.